Today, we're going to do a baseboard heater. The thermostat wires up there. There's the baseboard heater. And this is the old, where you at? Right here. So I pulled that out thinking it was the baseboard heater or the wires, and it ended up not being the thermostat. So it is the baseboard heater itself. So let's take this thing apart. Let's open this up and see what we got. This is where my wires come in at. It's just 220 wiring, so both legs are hot. Always double check your wires, make sure you're cold. Even though I got the breaker killed, nothing there, no power. That's been weird, so I'm gonna go ahead and double check it with a wire meter. Let me take the wire meter, double check, we got nothing. Just tear it up now. So on this dial, it just been single wire. So what we gotta do is just take out some mounting wires. When you're doing these, the problem is you gotta make sure you got the power at the right end of the freaking. That's unfortunately the new one is a lot shorter. It's the only one I could find. It goes from 60 to 72. No, 60 to 80 something. So we'll have to wire this up real quick. This is this style here. You can also set it up for the thermostat to be in the baseboard heater. Fortunately, it looks like we got here my wires, thermostats down here. What we got down here? So this is one end. Okay, so this is a 220 heater, right? Not a 110. So on the instructions, I cut this wire, and one goes to black and one goes to white, and then of course your ground. So it's pretty simple install, no big deal. It's just going to have a little bit of wall repair to do, and I'll knock it out and put the wire on the inside up there. That was fun, knocking that out. And we'll put the little keeper in there. It's already been a pain in my butt. Yeah, I think it's funny how they set them things up. Oh yeah, we just knock them out. No, no, you're not going to just knock them out. Pain in the rear. Let's see if we can get this tightened back up. Wire protector. Don't care much for this pinch style because it don't stay in the hole very well. But it is what it is, man. I hope you guys are gonna have a good Thanksgiving. Got another one to go fixed after this one. That is heat strip or waters. Which then you gotta pop this off so you can put your mounts in. Little cover on there. Now you put your ground on. I always like to put my ground on first. Just makes me feel safe. Plus that way I don't forget. Get it on there real good. Okay, so according to the instructions, cut these two, strip it back, But I can see. I need some glasses, guys. I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old. Anything up close, man, I can't see it. So now we'll wire nut this two together. One going in, one going out. We'll mount it next. I just want to make sure that that's what the problem is. Let's make sure the bad boy works. You see that spot right there? That was cancer. I prayed about it. It's all gone, man. Never had to take any of the worldly things to fix it. So now I'm gonna go put the thermostat in. Let's go do this. So on your thermostat wires, you'll have your load. This is the load, and this is the line. The line is where your hot wires are. So when I turn the breaker on, both those are hot. This is the line or load. This is going to the thermostat or baseboard. So on your baseboard heaters, you have two different styles. They all look the same, but on the back you have, this is for like a single thermostat or a single baseboard heater. You can use these. It's just you'll wire it up so like your black and blacks together, and then your white would go into the thermostat and then back out the thermostat. Don't recommend that, considering this is 220. What happens is if you wire it that way with the one, you'll always have power at your baseboard heater, always. So that's a shock hazard. But on these, this is for a 4-wire. And it says it on the box, 4-wire or 2-wire. So you'll have your load on the red, line on the black, or vice versa. So let's get this wired up real quick. So on these, you won't be able to see, but it has it set up so that it says L1's right here, L2's right there, T1, T2. So what this is doing is your power's coming in here and it's coming out here. That's about the general gist of it. So let's light her up. We'll get her wired up real quick. So it's just easier to keep it all the same colors. You know what I'm saying? Put the black on black and white on the red. Doesn't really matter. But so now you got a lot of wires to fish back in this little bitty box. It's always a pain in the butt. But get them all fished back in there. Always want to double check your wires when you pull them out. Make sure you don't have any breaks in the wire or anything like that. So we got that back in there because I'm dealing with a metal box here. So just want to be careful not to pinch the wires. Take your time. I got it upside down. Which is cool. All right, let's get my tool real quick. I hate to find more. There's no way. Get that in the hole. Okay. Put the pretty little cover on it. Make sure you're not upside down. Okay. So now we'll go over and turn the breaker on. See if she gets hot. So you can see she's getting hot. Put that triangle. See that little dot, that triangle on it? Hold on, let's calculate. See that little middle dot? Like X. If you put it right on that, you'll see temperature rise. 113, 130. Okay, I'm gonna kill it so it don't get too hot on me. All right, so now I got put some little anchor mollies in there. Drill or my bit. Get a couple screws down through ya. That's what I thought I was going to run into. That molly blew out just as I screwed it in there. So did that one. So I'm going to take the trusty dusty stud finder. But there's a stud. There we go. Nice and tight. Now this is the shield that goes in the front. These little fins are pretty cool. They're just laid over itself. Put that on and pop it on. You make sure you get the top on. There we go. Nice and straight. And then we got two covers to put back on. This one goes right here. Right here. Get that. Find the hole. Well, I'm gonna try to record this. We got to play. I got to replace the on this setup over here. It's a boiler that pumps hot water through the apartments, and the thermostat controls a little shutoff valve. And the shutoff valve on this one is malfunctioned. It's not letting it open. I couldn't even manually turn it all the way open. So this is gonna be interesting. The tenant's home too, so I'm gonna try my best to record this. So let's go to it, bro. So this is the valve we gotta pull out. It's a 3/4. We gotta cut this out. There's a shut-off valve there. There's one in the bathroom. This is the old control. It's still hooked up, but it doesn't work. So we're gonna cut this out. I'll probably cut it right here and right here. So let's get to it. Okay, so we're gonna punch a hole in it and see if we can bleed it off. There's no other way. Cool. Cool. This may blow a little dust out, just so you know. Just a little bit. Cool. All right, so should be able to whack it open, cut it out. I got quite a bit of play actually. I'm gonna cut it right about there. Get my gloves on. It pipe's a little hot. Gloves on. Pow. Okay. Not bad at all, man. Not bad at all. Alright, so I'm gonna need this new control. Slides off. Doesn't give me a directional. Nothing. Cool. So this is gonna be the new valve we're gonna put in right here. So I need to go out and add some pipe to it. That's about 2 inches per side. We'll go that route with it. So let's go out in the parking lot. Let's set up this. Got my pipe all cleaned up. Got my fitting sanded down. We'll slap this on a little bit of heat. See if we can make this pig squall. The big old brass fitting, so it takes a minute to heat up brass. Get it real good and hot. I always heat the fitting up first, especially on brass, because it's pretty hard to get that heat to go through it. Takes a little bit. And then I heat that pipe up. There we go. We got some nice flow. Looks beautiful, man. Beautiful. So if you get the heat all the way around the pipe, keep moving it around, it'll suck that solder right to your boom. See, beautiful, man. That's a beautiful fit right there. So I'm gonna go get my cutter because I left it in the shop or in the apartment. So now I'll cut me off. I don't need it very long, but we're gonna give it some space. Now we'll cut us off another piece. This is gonna be for the other side. There we go. Now, need to clean this up. Where's a piece of sandpaper go? Well, I lose the sandpaper every freaking time. Anyways, let's get us another piece. I hate it when that happens. Clean the sandpaper up real good, or your pipe up real good. Yeah. Get a bit of. Well, I always love to put a lot of flux on there. Not overkill, but there we go. There we go. Now I've already cleaned this up. Just slide these two together. Ooh, that's hot. That pipe is hot. Shoo. Okay. Now I just need to heat this up and solder that bad boy together. Trying to find somewhere to set this little pig. That'll work. I'll use my cutter to hold it. When you're soldering something like that, when you're soldering something like this, you got to be careful about getting too much solder down in there because you'll plug that fitting up. You know what I'm saying? Or you'll mess it up. So that's plenty. It's a nice clean solder, man. So we'll wipe this down real quick. Let me find some. Ow, ow. Ooh, that's hot. Hold on. We'll wipe it down real good. You don't want to leave any oils. You don't want no. Oh shoot, that's warm. I have to wait till I get into the apartment to cool it off. But you want to make sure you wipe that flux and stuff off, because if you don't, it'll go green on you. So we're done with this. We're done with this. We'll go inside and put us some pipe together. So we're on about halfway. I'll mark it so I know I'm halfway on the pipe. And then these will slide all the way. No problem. And we just slide this one on. There we go. I slide it down so I know I'm on far enough. Now we need to cut this right there. Get that out of the way. Cut the pipe. That's out of the way. Make sure. Mark this right there. Now slide this back past. Put this on. Put this on all the way to my marks. These pipes are butted up against each other. Slide it down. Now I'm good to go. So I got my mark there and my mark here. And I know that I'm right. Then we'll get to pro pressing this. This is going to be a fun one. You can see the pipe is red. It's running at 68 degrees. Let's see if my valve looks like it's shut. There we go. You can hear the pipe cracking. Look at that. Temperature is 137, 135. So it's climbing up pretty fast. Pull it up here, we can see. See what's kind of hard to hold that butt on that pipe. 120. But if I get up close to it, 150. So yeah, it's definitely flowing water now. So now that we could do, this is the controller. We just have to put the controller on it. Let's see which way it's going. Looks like it's closed. So I move it so it's closed. But I can see inside there it's closed right there. Ooh, that's gonna be a problem. It's closed. Bend that out. And this has got a little keeper pin that locks on there. I can't remember if it's out the lock or not. So. I can't remember. There it goes. Push it in all the way. There it goes. Well, maybe not. How do you work, bro? It should be out in the lock. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's in the lock. I don't know. I'll fiddle with it here in a second. Oh, that's right. It has to go in the, right there. It is. I had it messed up. Push it in to unlock. Oh, man. See, it's got these little pins there. See how that works? Anyways, get this back on there. Now push it in. There you go. Now it's locked. Woohoo! And then there's turn it to open and close. Push down. And then push down. Push down. Turn, I think. I don't know. Anyway, I get the two wires on it real quick. So after digging around in that for about 30 minutes or so, I got the valve on. Like I said, putting the valve in was not the problem. The problem was getting the electrical to work. So it was hard to figure out where the power was at. But anyways, I figured it out. The thermostat is not, it's a heat only thermostat, and it's malfunctioned, burn up. It's got a little transistor in there, but it's not shutting to send the power. If I hot wire the thermostat, then the valve will open up. I'll show you when I get back. I'm gonna go over to Lowe's and get a new thermostat. Okay, so the problem was, see, you got that green light. The thermostat was not sending power to it. So once I got the thermostat all situated out, it's just a heat only thermostat. But once I got it sorted out, it wasn't making connection all the way. The other one was a little digital one. But anyways, so what it does is it sends power through here and it closes this valve. But that's about it, man. It's just a simple 24 volt control valve. But I think we got it going good now. So in a nutshell, that's how to replace one of those control valves. It was not the actual valve was no problem at all. That went together 100 times faster than I thought it was going to. But that thermostat, man, was killing me. So what it is they had the negative side or the ground side of the hot wire or the thermostat. It's only got two wires, where they had it wire nutted in the wall. That's the reason why I was freaking out trying to figure out, because all I was seeing is the white, blue, or white and red at the thermostat and the white and red at the control valve. I wasn't seeing a third wire coming in, which would be my control wires, and the thermostat wires are coming off a transformer in the boiler room. It's got a little cluster there of like 6 transformers feeding everything. But anyways, we got it working. She's working good. She's from Georgia, so she's used to hot heat. And I told her she moved to the wrong freaking state for that. Anyways, hope you learned something from that. If not, I don't know what to tell you. Have a good one.